Okay, I'm very sure we've all seen um, the trendy video, the interview Bwala went to do in a Jazeera studio with Mehdi. I'm sure we've seen that video, and all of us are. It's all over the social media.
Right. Well, good morning to you viewers. Let's begin what's trending with the most talked about story on social media over the weekend, generating significant reactions across Nigeria. President Bola Tinubu's special advisor on policy communication, Daniel Bwala, was caught in a web of lies on Al Jazeera's head-to-head program hosted by Mehdi Hassan in an episode titled Nigeria, Renewed Hope or Hopelessness. Hassan presented Bwala with his own statements from 2023 when he was a spokesperson for Atiku Abubakar, including allegations of corruption, vote buying via bullion vans, militia creation, and death threats from Tinubu's camp. Well, Bwala flatly denied making any of the allegations. Well, Al Jazeera released the edited version of the interview with complete archival clips of Daniel Bwala alleging that Tinubu created a militia to influence his votes and that he received death threats from Tinubu's camp. Let's take a look.
Tinubu is one of the foremost politicians in Nigerian history.
Tinubu and his people created a militia. Who said those words, Daniel?
Tinubu has helped in strengthening democracy in Nigeria.
Tinubu and his people created a militia, Daniel. Who said those words?
Tinubu brought in leadership skills into governance.
Tinubu and his people created a militia. Who said those words?
Tinubu and his people never created the militia.
So why did you say they did on January 22nd, 2023?
I never said that.
The candidate of All Progressives Congress, Bola Tinubu, and his people created a militia. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria we're seeing a political party creating a militant arm leading to election.
Does he have a militia that tried to kill you?
He doesn't have. I never said he tried to kill me.
We have seen violence in Nigeria, and I myself have received threats from him and his camp. Your words.
I never said that.
There is also this threat to life, and I can tell you that because I myself have received threats from Asiwaju and his camp.
You said it was so corrupt, the 2023 election, Tinubu's win. You said that you couldn't eat food for 3 days.
I never said that. Where?
And legitimate complaints were raised all over Nigeria. That part is what threw me off balance. In fact, I became so sick. For the past 3 days, I found it very hard eating food.
Tinubu is not just super rich. It's what he does with his wealth. In 2019, 2 armored money trucks, bullion vans, were seen going into his house, coming out of his house. Where did that money go?
No. Point, did you see the money? Or those who reported, did they see money inside the bullion van?
Was there no money in the bullion vans?
How am I to know?
You said it was money in the vans at the time,
I never
2023, February.
But there's only one person in Nigeria who is alleged to have moved money through bullion vans, and that person is on their ballot as the presidential candidate.
On the eve of the presidential elections, 2 cash-laden bullion vans, your words, were seen on the premises, which was ostensibly for vote buying. Your words, January 22nd, 2023. Have you just disowned everything you've said in order to work for this president?
I'm coming. What you just said now, I want to put it on record on my own honor. That's not what I said.
Well, in a post-interview statement, Bwala accused Hassan of opposition research-style journalism, insisting his earlier remarks were simply the job of opposition. And I'll read Daniel Bwala's statement in part. He wrote, "When I signed on the privileged job granted to me by Mr. President, I was well aware of its implications. Selling ice cream, looking fine, and seeking the praises of men were never part of it. Some of the fiercest critics of my interview cannot even stand local TV anchors, but the task of promoting and defending the president and his administration is what I do with ease and joy. Head to Head contacted me requesting an interview, stating that they wanted to challenge our government on security, the economy, and corruption. Nowhere in our almost 6 months of communication did they mention that they were going to challenge my past. If that had been their plan, ethically and professionally, they were supposed to inform me so I could prepare my response. But that's okay. Ethically, that's on them. not on me. I refuse to swallow the pill of Mehdi's opposition research-style journalism. And even today, if you carefully compare what he read as quotes from organizations and groups, you will see that many were inaccurate and some were outright fake news. But I will leave that for another day. As for what I said about President Tinubu in the past, I am glad those were things I said when I was in the opposition, saddled with such zeal. It is all politics. Half of Donald Trump's cabinet is made up of people who once spoke against him. And quite a number of people in our own cabinet also spoke against President Tinubu in the past. Those things do not bother him if you care to know. Of course, Rufai, you know that Nigerians are not buying it. And, you know, social media has made sure of that. The clips are damning. And the phrase, "I never said that," is now a punchline across the country. And I'll take Gray's tweet. He wrote, "Daniel Bwala, this isn't a press statement. It is a confession of moral bankruptcy. By saying your past attacks on Tinubu were just politics, you admit you were either a liar then or you are a hired gun now. Which is it? Principles aren't a jacket you change because the weather in the State House is nicer. You're upset Mehdi Hassan didn't warn you. He bring up your own words, bro. An intellectual doesn't need a script to defend his character unless that character is a fiction. We already know your 2027 script. When this administration ends, you'll be back on TV saying, "I was just doing my job," while pivoting to the next bidder. You aren't defending the government. You are defending your paycheck. You didn't go to head to represent Nigeria. You went there to audition for a man whose values loyalty over truth. You claim you have brave defense, but all we saw was a man drowning in his own archives. This is another post on X from George. I believe he's from Ghana. He wrote, "I watched this interview of a Nigerian politician with Mehdi Hassan on Al Jazeera, and all I can say is sorry to our Nigerian friends. I know African politics can be shameless, but Nigerian politicians seem to be beyond shameless. I sincerely can't imagine how they must feel watching that interview."
My point about this thing is that sometimes they're funny and they come as a joke to us. It becomes a trendy, a viral video. We start doing clips about it, like what I'm doing currently, you know. But in reality, these things, we should start taking these things very serious. Like, we should start taking these things very serious. Now, how can somebody who is a public figure or who has been made a public figure by stomach infrastructure, like somebody that is looking for what to eat, suddenly become so popular because we make them popular? These people shouldn't be relevant. We give relevance to people that shouldn't be. Just take the likes of Reno Mokiri, Fani Kayode, Bwala, and Festus Keyamo. I don't understand. Now, these people, they are so double-faced. Like, how can you support somebody in an election, then that person did not win? Then during your support for the person that did not win, you say so rubbish, a lot of rubbish thing about the opposition aspirant. Eventually, because your own person did not win, then suddenly you go to apologize and you are given a position and you start denying everything. So does that mean the lives of Nigerians does not matter to people? Like, the point I'm trying to make is that it seems like the life of Nigerians, because they're using you to play politics. Let's say, for example, now Reno Mokri will come and say everything bad about Tinubu, just for we to believe in. Then tomorrow you start denying. Like, are we stupid? We as Nigerians, do we really have sense? I just want to know, because how do you what the most painful part of it, that you see that these people still have fans, people still support them. How can you, in your right senses, support somebody that is so double-faced, somebody that you cannot trust is or away? So all the things you said about the person you currently work for now, all those things so you were playing politics with the lives of innocent Nigerians who were believing you, because supporting a candidate is all about advertising that candidate. You are showing the quality of that candidate. You are showing every good thing that candidate can offer. You are selling the candidate to us so that we can vote that candidate, right? So you are selling. In the case of Bwala now, he was selling Atiku to us, telling us everything good about Atiku so that we can vote for Atiku. At the same time, he was telling us every negative thing about Tinubu so that we cannot vote Tinubu, right? Does that mean that the lives of millions of Nigerians do not matter? So you are playing caricature with us. You are using us to catch crews. Now you said everything negative about Tinubu. Tinubu won. You now went to Tinubu to. So we Nigerians, now they use us, they play fool now. Now we be fools. Now my message is for Nigerians. This kind of people, how do you see them pass on the road and you leave them? How do you see a Bwala pass you and you leave him to pass by? Like how? And you see a Bwala in Abuja now, in Barnes Plaza, drive to Barnes Plaza to go and buy something in Barnes Plaza, and you see people be, that is Bwala, that's Daniel Bwala. And the point I'm trying to make now is that we no fit teach these people lessons. How we go just day a few number of people go just they run the country down? Person go come tell me now, say Peter Obi is this, Peter Obi is that. Make I not vote Peter Obi. The year you tell me say Peter Obi is a lazy man, Peter Obi is a criminal, Peter Obi is that. They hear me, I say, really? Say, yeah. You don't know anything about Peter Obi, Let me tell you about Peter Obi. Peter Obi in so yeah, Peter Obi this. You start giving me evidences and facts according to you. Then eventually election come. The person where you the support no win. You can't go meet that same Peter Obi where you don't tell me everything bad about. Go now, go shake hand. Then that Peter Obi can't give you position. You can't come tomorrow, call the time, say, those way you talk about Peter Obi, not just for politics. So what do you take my life for? Is my life worthless? It shows that our lives as Nigerians, they are worthless in the hands of these politicians now. What could they think? What do you want to do these people? These people, they use our life, they play caricature. Make we wake up. Make we wake up. These things, they happen once too many. Like every time, every year, politicians could just come, politician supporters or whatever, all those they are advertisers could just come, advertise nonsense, castigate another one. The next thing they get, they will jump. As in, I don't understand where we they go as a country. We not fit fight for our rights. We just do online. I bet we could do something now. We could do so. All this, see. We need to see for the betterment so that our children will get country to call home. No. This nonsense is becoming too much. Let's stand up. All right, guys. I go cut time. I will see you guys on the next one.